All right, fam, buckle up. Got a mega news dump for you, and we're going to speed run through it. Like, grab your snacks, because it's a lot, but we'll make it fun, promise. Yo, what's good, everyone? Your boy, girl, pal here, and the world has been wilding lately. So, let's just get into it. Okay, so big news actually dropped on May 19th, 2025. After 5 years of Brexit awkwardness, the UK and the EU are actually trying to be mates again. Wild. Prime Minister Keir Starmer and EU boss Ursula von der Leyen just announced a bunch of deals. First up, defence dosh. The UK is getting access to a whopping €125 billion EU defence fund. Yeah, that's billion with a B, for joint security stuff. Trade sorted? Mostly. They're cutting down some of the train faff, especially for animal and plant products. So hopefully less hassle getting your fancy European cheese. Okay, fishy business. EU fishing boats can still fish in UK waters for another 12 years, yeah? Now the Scottish Fishermen's Federation is beyond gutted about this, calling it a horror show. Oof. Proper oof. This deal could shield UK businesses from EU carbon taxes, saving us around £800 million a year. Cha-ching! UK agricultural exports to the EU expected to jump by 16%. British steel exports get protection worth about £25 million a year. And Starmer's out here saying this whole shebang could boost the UK economy by £9 billion. Yes, billion again. By 2040, and maybe even mean cheaper food prices. We live in hope, eh? Travel and treats, easier access to EU airport e-gates, finally. And guess what? Shellfish exports are back on the menu. Erasmus Plus comeback? There's talk the UK might actually rejoin the Erasmus Plus programme for student exchanges. Study abroad glow up? Pending. But hold up, because not everyone's chuffed. The Conservative Party and Nigel Farage's Reform UK are proper kicking off about this, saying it undermines UK sovereignty and, the whole point of Brexit. So the drama, it totally continues. Okay, next up, politics got spicy. Meanwhile, back on home turf, politics served up a main course of gag. On May 1st, 2025, Reform UK just snatched a by-election win in Runcorn and Helsby. Get this. Sarah Potchin from Reform UK beat Labour by just 6 votes. 6. Labour had a massive 14,696 vote majority there in the 2024 general election. 14,000! Talk about an upset. It's legit the closest by-election result in British history. So, is this a sign people are, over the usual political parties? Are we entering our indie politics era? Let me know your thoughts below. Right, let's switch gears. Things got a bit James Bondy with some national security and international drams. Tensions between the UK and Iran are proper peak. So, the UK charged 3 Iranian nationals with spying, and get this, plotting actual violence against journalists in Britain. That's super serious. Iran's fuming about it, summoned the UK's top diplomat and said the UK unlawfully detained one of their citizens. Yeah, it is proper tense. And if that wasn't enough, a third suspect, a 34-year-old lad from Chelsea, London, has been nicked in connection with those arson attacks on properties linked to PM Keir Starmer. That's scary stuff, right? Totally raising big questions about political violence. Jonathan Hall KC, the UK's independent reviewer of terrorism legislation, is basically saying we might need new laws to stop hostile foreign countries messing with UK democracy. Could mean beefing up current counter-terrorism tools or totally new legislation. Definitely one to watch, for sure. Oh, and the Ministry of Defence is looking at potentially using US-made MQ-9 Reaper drones for airborne early warning on our Queen Elizabeth-class aircraft carriers. This came up after a question from Conservative MP Ben Obies-Jekti. Could be a high-tech upgrade for naval surveillance. Pew pew! Okay, new rules dropping. Policy shake-up time. The government's been proper busy bees making new rules. Here's a quick rundown. First up, immigration overhaul. A white paper called Restoring Control of the Immigration System is proposing big changes. Think skilled worker visa threshold bumped up to degree level, scrapping the immigration salary list, and cutting the post-study visa for international students from 2 years down to 18 months. It's all aimed at reducing net migration and focusing on the local workforce. So, what's your take on this one? Great British Energy Act 2025? Passed. This sets up a publicly owned energy company to speed up clean, homegrown energy, kicking off with a £200 million investment in rooftop solar and renewable energy for schools, hospitals, and communities. Okay, we love to see the green initiatives. Okay, AI and copyright beef time. The proposed data use and access bill is causing major drama in the creative world. It would basically let AI companies train their models on copyrighted material unless creators actively opt out. Big names like Sir Elton John and Sir Paul McCartney are like absolutely not having it, saying it totally undermines artists' rights. The government says it's about balancing innovation and IP. Controversial. What do we reckon, fam? Attention all crypto kings and queens. From January the 1st, 2026, HM Revenue and Customs will require very detailed personal info. Full names, addresses, dates of birth, and tax ID numbers. And crypto trading platforms will also have to collect and report all transaction data to HMRC. Big fines if you don't comply. Yep, the taxman, he cometh. Buy now, pay later is getting regulated. Finally. Services like Klarna and ClearPay are coming under Financial Conduct Authority supervision. This means proper affordability checks, faster refunds, and you can take complaints to the Financial Ombudsman Service. About time, TBH. Okay, money. Business and finance goss. The FTSE 100 just hit its highest point in 7 weeks on May 19th, closing up 0.2% at 7,800. That UK-EU deal gave investors good vibes, though Moody's downgrading the US sovereign credit rating put a bit of a dampener on global markets, you know? The Bank of England is reviewing its ring-fencing regulations. Could see some changes there. Deloitte UK is setting up 4 new technology centres across the nation, focusing on fancy business software. Starting with about 750 existing staff, but they're planning a major expansion. Go UK Tech! Bibby Financial Services has secured a massive £700 million securitisation facility. Translation: more money to lend to small and medium-sized enterprises in the UK. That's crucial support, because honestly, many SMEs are feeling the pinch right now. The government has laid out a decade-long funding strategy for research and development, with 10-year budget frameworks for some areas. More stability for, the proper brainy projects. Industry bodies like the Association of the British Pharmaceutical Industry are well chuffed about it. The Crown Estate has teamed up with Australian developer Lendlease for a huge programme worth around £24 billion. They're planning to build about 26,000 new homes and nearly 10 million square feet of commercial and lab space for science and innovation. Okay, that is some serious building. Okay, Revolut's French kiss. Fintech giant Revolut, valued at a cool $45 billion, is investing €1.1 billion to grow its operations in France, including getting a French banking license. They're also setting up their European HQ in Paris, investing over €1 billion in France over 3 years, and hiring over 200 more staff there. Their global HQ is staying in London, but is London losing its top spot in Europe's fintech scene? Is this big yikes, or just business? Alright, Tech Corner, your gadget and AI update. Uber is apparently ready to launch autonomous taxis in the UK, if they get regulatory approval. But the government's pushed that decision to late 2027, just to make sure it's all safe. This whole sector is predicted to be worth £42 billion by 2035 and could create around 38,000 new jobs. So, real question, would you hop in a driverless Uber? Let me know below. The UK government is rolling out an AI-powered tool called Consult to quickly analyse responses to public consultations. It was tested in Scotland with over 2,000 inputs and apparently did as well as human analysts in spotting key themes. It's part of a bigger system called Humphrey and is projected to save about £20 million a year. Experts are stressing the need to check for potential biases though, like smart but gotta keep it fair. Microsoft's big Build 2025 conference kicked off on May 19th, and guys, it is all about AI basically. Their AI assistant Copilot is getting major upgrades. Wait for it, a nostalgic CLI Pippi. New features like recall on Copilot Plus devices are coming, and there are whispers of a potential new proprietary AI model from Microsoft. Azure's AI-driven cloud services are also getting a big spotlight. I mean, seriously, AI is just everywhere. AI is even revolutionizing weather forecasting. The Met Office, the Alan Turing Institute, Google DeepMind, and NVIDIA are all developing models for way more precise and localized predictions, which is great news for sectors like energy and agriculture. One snag? Potential data sharing reductions from agencies like NOAA are prompting private firms like Tomorrow.io to invest in their own satellite infrastructure. But don't worry. Meteorologists are still vital for interpreting what the AI actually spits out. Okay, data privacy win! At the 2025 British Data Awards in London, US-based education tech company Pixevity won Data Protection and Privacy Initiative of the Year. Like, big ups to them for keeping student data secure. Okay, health and science checkup. Stay informed. This next one is really grim. Over 400 NHS patients a year are actually dying while waiting for treatment for aortic stenosis because of delays in accessing a procedure called TAVI. Some hospitals are reporting death rates up to 20% among those waiting. And also, white patients are more likely to get TAVI compared to those from minority ethnic groups. Like, that is just not on. On a slightly more positive note though, the NHS is increasingly using robotic-assisted surgery. It's totally transforming major procedures into quicker, safer day cases. Like, for example, at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital, robotic tools mean smaller incisions and faster recovery times. 70,000 robot-assisted procedures were done in 2024, and the National Institute for Health and Care Excellence has approved over 140 robots for use across England in various surgeries. Okay, the future? It is officially here. The UK government's decision to reduce its foreign aid budget from 0.5% to 0.3% of gross national income has drawn massive criticism from over 130 leading scientists. They warn these cuts could seriously hinder global efforts to combat diseases like AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. This reduction is part of a wider global trend, but still, big yikes. Remember those plans to encourage retailers to promote discounts on minimally processed and nutritious foods? Well, the UK government has totally abandoned them. Apparently, it's after lobbying from ultra-processed food manufacturers, and critics are saying it just prioritizes corporate interests over public health. What do you guys think about that? Okay, huge issue alert. Women are massively underrepresented in clinical trials in the UK. Male-only studies actually outnumber female-only studies by 67%. This means there's a serious lack of evidence on how treatments affect women, especially in areas like reproductive health and heart disease. And pregnant and breastfeeding women are particularly left out. Honestly, this needs to change like yesterday. And lastly, in health and science, climate change is increasingly impacting health right here in the UK. We're talking rising temperatures leading to heat waves, floods, and the spread of new infectious diseases, you know? The UK Climate Change Committee is warning that without serious action, heat-related deaths could increase sixfold by the 2050s, and that the country is still not properly prepared for these escalating risks. Like stressful.com. Alright, celeb news and entertainment, tea time. Spill it? Okay, quick King Charles health update. He shared a hopeful message about his cancer treatment during a visit to Bradford. He met a local florist and cancer survivor, Safina Khan, and said he feels he's past, like, the most challenging stage. He's been having regular treatment since his diagnosis after prostate surgery last year. He was briefly hospitalized last month due to side effects, but is back to royal duties with a cautiously optimistic outlook. We're sending good vibes his way. Okay, influencer Molly May Hague is giving us a super candid look into her life as a single mum and entrepreneur in her Amazon Prime video series called Behind It All. She's talking public scrutiny, parenting, and co-parenting her daughter Bambi after her split from Tommy Fury. Yeah, expect raw and real. There's celeb drama. American singer Chris Brown was actually arrested in Manchester on May 15th, 2025. It's related to an alleged assault with a tequila bottle on music producer Abe Diao at a London nightclub back in February 2023. Brown appeared at Manchester Magistrates Court, was remanded in custody, and is awaiting a hearing in June at Southwark Crown Court. Yep, this definitely throws a spanner in the works for his upcoming world tour. Orcs. Okay, get ready, because this is going to be iconic! The BBC has just announced the cast for its upcoming reality series Celebrity Traitors, hitting screens in autumn 2025. Claudia Winkleman is hosting, and 18 celebs will be competing in a Scottish castle for a prize of up to £100,000 for their chosen charities. And the cast? It includes actual legends like Stephen Fry and Alan Carr. I am so ready for this. Ollie Murs has just dropped his latest track, Save Me, while on his 15 Years of Hits UK tour, which has seen loads of sold-out shows. Ollie's apparently adopted a healthier lifestyle on tour and shared he's buzzing to reunite with his pregnant wife Amelia and their daughter Madison. Aww. Alright, sports roundup. Get in. Palace win the FA Cup. Oh my gosh, unbelievable scenes. Crystal Palace clinched their first ever FA Cup title on May 17th, 2025, beating Manchester City 1-0 at Wembley. Eberechi Eze scored the winner, assisted by Daniel Munoz. Goalkeeper Dean Henderson was an absolute wall, even saving a penalty. This totally guarantees them European competition qualification. Come on, Eagles! Brighton stun Liverpool. What a game! On May 19th, Brighton and Hove Albion defeated Premier League champions Liverpool 3-2 at the Amex Stadium. Despite trailing twice, goals from Yassin Ayari, Kaoru Matoma, and an 86th minute winner from Jack Hinshelwood kept Brighton's European qualification hopes alive. You love to see it. Get in, Seagulls. Okay, cricket domination from Surrey. In the county championship, Surrey absolutely thrashed Yorkshire by an innings and 28 runs at the Oval. Surrey posted a massive 512 runs, with Ben Foakes and Jordan Clark absolutely smashing it. Johnny Bairstow top scored for Yorkshire in both their innings, but it wasn't nearly enough. Yeah, ouch. Raducanu's roaring back. British tennis star Emma Raducanu defeated 6 seed Daria Kasatkina 6-1, 6-3 in the first round of the International de Strasbourg. This was her first win over Kasatkina in 4 matches. Yes, Emma, let's go! Scheffler's major magic. American golfer Scotty Scheffler captured his 3rd major championship at the 2025 PGA Championship at Quail Hollow Club. He carded a final round of 65 to secure a 5-shot victory over Jon Rahm. Like, absolute scenes. Verstappen victorious in Imola. Max Verstappen clinched victory at the 2025 Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in Imola, leading a Red Bull Racing 1-2 finish. Oscar Piastri came in 2nd, and our boy Lando Norris took 3rd for McLaren. Podium for Lando. Let's go! Massive news! Former England captain and absolute legend Charlotte Edwards has been appointed the new head coach of the England women's cricket team, taking over from John Lewis. Her first match is scheduled for May 21st against the West Indies. Come on, Lionesses! And finally in sports, a TNT sports shake-up. Warner Brothers Discovery is reportedly in advanced talks to acquire BT Group's 50% stake in TNT Sports UK. The goal is full ownership to expand their sports broadcasting game ahead of the 2026 launch of Max in the UK. Like, big money moves in sports TV. Phew! And that's a wrap on this massive news download. Okay, real talk. What story got you talking the most? Drop your thoughts, theories, and hot takes in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next update. Stay safe, stay savvy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.